안녕하세요. 4시간 뒹굴었나? 오후 1시가 됐습니다. 배고파서 더 이상은 뒹굴 수가 없어요. 엄청 잘 잤어. 엄청 잘 잤어. 날씨도 이렇게 좋고요. 세상에나 세상에나 이런 날씨에 이렇게 시간을 낭비하다니. Sure, do you need help for that?
Sure, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
I slept excellent.
Oh, good.
I was really tired, and yesterday there was raining and I felt like a little bit lazy. I think I woke up like 11 a.m.
You wanting to go out to the land, or what are you thinking about?
We can go there and we can work some.
Keith and I were thinking about going out there and seeing if the spring held up after
Sure.
the rain.
Sure.
And if we have time and energy, we could walk around.
It's raining, huh? I'll get my jacket and help you guys.
This is our mountain. We bought it.
This is beautiful.
It's gonna be our front view.
Okay, so here, where's the cabin at?
It's gonna be up here. So you have to have a septic system out here to
Uh-huh.
deal with your wastewater. Right up here.
Here's all yours, huh?
Yeah, it goes up to the ridge line. Pretty small, but 2 stories. So
Uh-huh. Nice. Look at this tree.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful red oak. It's been there for a long time.
We can show you the spring up here.
Watch your step, it gets pretty muddy.
I can take a shower later, right?
Yes.
And I can dry my stuff down on my car, so I don't really care. This is beautiful. I love rain in the nature.
Yeah.
Like rain in the city is sometimes depressing.
Yeah.
Look at this rain,
Yeah,
man.
here and it's just so green.
Yeah.
Yeah, this area is kind of a rainforest.
So this whole project is so much more than just making a cabin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have trails to make also, because
Okay.
we love to hike.
Uh-huh.
So that's the plan. Okay, this is where it gets really treacherous because of all this mud.
All right.
This was a lot easier to get up the other day before it started raining. So this water right here is coming straight out of the rock. It's not from the rain.
Wow.
We dug it all out, and then we made this, and then we just
Nice.
used pipes. So right there,
It's a fresh water.
yeah, it's
Even
the
if
fresh spring water.
Even if it's not raining.
Yeah.
And then you're making a natural filter with the rocks.
Yeah, so we have these bags of gravel.
So, give me a work.
Well, right now I'm just kind of filling this up with rocks.
Okay.
The last few days that I've been out here, I've been
Uh-huh.
like completely covered in mud.
Okay.
And today I don't feel like getting
Let me do the work.
Check out this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, careful, they're poisonous.
Is it?
Yeah. It releases cyanide
Uh-huh.
smell, so it smells like almonds or cherries.
Okay. But it's poisonous, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only releases that if you really make it mad.
It's a centipede.
It is a centipede. That's kind of my general.
I like these big chunks of crystal,
Nice.
you know?
It is crystal.
Yeah,
How can you find crystal right here?
it's just everywhere.
Wow. So you can make money from this.
I don't think you could make enough money to make it worth it. Plus, you know, it's nice to keep it where it
Totally.
belongs.
Well, we're going to have to put some of it back on the top.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Can you imagine wake up that cabin, a complete silence, no car noise, living in the nature? So many people's dream, having your own land.
Driving far to get into a place to work is the only troubling thing for me, but other than that, it's definitely what I want.
But it's not even really far, like
not
few
too
hours.
far.
Yeah.
It's only half an hour. That's poison ivy there.
This one, huh?
Yeah, yeah, all this, so be careful.
Oh.
Most people are a little bit allergic to it and it gives you a rash, and if you itch it, it just keeps spreading. It eventually goes away, but it's really bad. It's like really annoying.
This is also part of your land? Are you serious?
Yeah. Part of the reason that we got this one, even though it's a really steep mountain, is
So after a few years, you know, if you want, you can also build something right here.
exactly. We
Huh.
don't have a lot of flat land is the big
You
thing.
guys will have a lot of animals around here.
Yes.
Yeah, there's deer, there's black bear, coyotes. I think there might be bobcats.
And have some gun.
Definitely, because you don't want to get in a bad situation with a bear sometime.
Totally.
But you know, there's other ways to do it too. You got
Yeah, bear spray.
Poison ivy. Wait,
Yes,
but
poison-
these trees are not poison ivy.
No, they
No,
just
it's
have the
locusts.
vines growing on them are the poison
Wow,
ivy vines.
nasty.
Yeah.
And then this one falls out.
Yeah, see the little green berries?
Yeah.
That plant's more poison ivy.
Wow.
Yeah, we gotta cut down it with a chainsaw.
Uh-huh.
We got some trail work to do. Right now we've just been focusing on that spring.
You want a souvenir?
All right. Crystal, huh? Nice. I'm gonna sell these, man.
Yeah.
Be a nice place for people to come camp.
I like the idea of like woofing type things. So
Woofing,
willing
yes.
workers on organic farms or like work trades.
Oh, totally.
Stuff to get people to come out and do trail work in order to
Uh-huh.
and help with building in order to stay. Here's a violet.
Yeah, I thought I saw some blueberries too.
Uh,
Are those blueberries?
Which one's blueberries?
woofing is a thing. You know, after pandemic, so many people want to travel US.
Yeah, it's hard to be able to afford it. And we did so much traveling before
Okay.
we had any money. You know, like we did so much hitchhiking and traveling and staying in places for free or for work trades.
Right. And you guys will be a great woofing host.
Yeah, I think so.
Seriously, yeah. Here's a little hole and there's worms inside.
Ah!
Yeah.
Where are they?
I wonder, human beings, we are so happy and relieved when we see so much green.
Yeah.
I'm zero stressful right now. I'm so happy now. And look at this all yellowish.
You should have seen it a couple weeks ago. It was just like the whole thing was bright. Then just a couple weeks before that, it was purple. These are turkey tails. Pretty.
Is it edible?
Some people say they're medicinal.
Okay.
They're not like delicious.
Yeah, it doesn't look delicious.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty small cabin.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be that big. You know?
It's not going to be a tiny house. We were thinking about building a tiny house at first. We already have the bus.
Right.
That'll be our tiny house.
One really interesting thing about the nature is that even the first time I came here 2 hours ago, everything looks greenish and I didn't recognize anything. But now I can see the flowers. I can see the hills, I can see grasses, I can see poison ivy, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah. So we get used to it, right? So a lot of these old people living in the nature, they have so much knowledge.
Yeah. When we first found the property, there was a big pile of bear poop, like right here. Then a lot of them up here are wine berries.
Okay.
And we have wild blueberries. There's grapes up there, wild grapes.
This is so good. You
I
guys
feel
made
really-
such a nice choice. Such a bear mood.
It's a crazy choice.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the easy way.
No, no.
But I think that we'll be happy
Uh-huh.
about it.
At the end.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of work building. I think we have enough money to get the walls and the roof on, but that's like half of the
That's
cost.
it.
So,
Okay.
so you have
after
to
that.
pay for the electricity and the plumbing and then the insulation and drywall and all the kitchen and everything. So
That you'll worry about it later.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to save up for it.
Right. Nice. More gigs, more recording.
Yeah. So more teaching.
Oh,
I've been
really?
teaching, yeah.
Like music teaching?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
And because of the pandemic, there's so many people that are happy to learn on Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
which didn't really happen as much before. I think people just wanted to like do things in person. But,
Mm-hmm.
So that's been a really fun thing. I have students from
Nice.
far away, and
Nice.
it's been kind of cool.
This day and age, you can technically live through the internet. Like you can teach anything through Zoom. So you don't necessarily have to pay higher rent in the big city. So this is so nice choice.
Yeah. All right, we'll meet you back at home and make some soup, huh?
Right on. Safe drive.
Yeah, you too.
너무 행복해요. 이런 자기 꿈을 찾아서 사는 친구들 보면 물론 좀 길은 힘들어도 여기는 제가 꼭 나중에 늙어서 다시 한번 와보고 싶어요. 진짜. 춥고 비 오는 날에 습하네요. 너무 좋지 않습니까, 여러분?
Turkey and Eastern Europe.
Right.
They put yogurt on everything.
Everything.
And I kind of got into the habit of it, and it's super high in protein. So.
Thank you so much. Especially in a cold day, you know. Bit of soup. Greg told me that if I go to Keith's place, they're gonna cook me really well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And this is beyond my expectation. So usually sparrows cook?
I cook a lot too, but
Oh yeah.
I think Sparrow's overall a better cook.
This is so good. Thank you so much again.
I like having company to cook for because otherwise I get lazy.
Yeah, cooking for yourself sucks.
Yeah. Even sometimes cooking for your family can start to feel like a chore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whereas like cooking for a guest doesn't feel like a chore. It feels exciting. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this thing. I hope they like it.
I think it's ingrained of our instinct to be nice to guests.
Yeah, someone comes to someone's home, there is like this desire to
Right.
be welcoming and nice
Yeah.
and give them and provide them what they need and make sure that they are taken care of.
Back in the day, when we didn't have smartphone, we didn't have a phone, the only way to get the information from neighborhood is to feed travelers and get their information. For example, there's a war in Philadelphia. The only way to get the information is for you to feed me and ask me
What's going
Philadelphia.
on?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
How many people died? Yeah. So if you see the mythology, Zeus is also the god of the guest. Also, the Bible said that you have to feed the guest.
Yeah, I actually wrote a song kind of about this called Can't Come In. That's it's about like Mary and Joseph going around and trying to find a place.
Open up your gates, someday we're mine. Oh, I've nothing left to give you but this rhyme. Ain't got no place to go, around here wandering in the cold. Haven't got a nickel or a dime. Oh no, you can't come in. We have only just enough for all our kin. Right along. Ain't got nothing else for you but this song. Ain't got nothing else for you but this song.
But also it was like it's about the refugee crisis because it was during the time when there was like a major refugee crisis happening in Europe and also the border situation with the U.S. and Mexico and Trump like really shutting things down. So there was like multiple situations with that happening in the world like close to my heart. I was trying to like write a song that my grandparents who are Christian could relate to.
When someone comes knocking at your door, if they're tired or they're hungry or they're bored, well, you know just what to do or what you hope they do for you. At least lay them down a pallet on your floor and tell them welcome in. We have just more than enough for all our kin. We know the road has been long, so please sit with me and sing your favorite song. So please sing for me your very favorite song.
I was in Chiapas, southern state of the Mexico, where borders with Guatemala, and I've been checked my ID like every couple of hours when I was in the bus. Police just came up and asked me my ID. First, I showed my passport, and they're cool about it. I asked other Mexican lady what's going on. People said so many people from Central America, like Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, they try to go to U.S. through Mexico.
Yeah.
And even Mexican people discriminate them because they're obviously poorer than Mexico.
That's the thing when people like talk about like Mexican immigrants, it's like not even very many. It's mostly Central American, and the United States did so much to destabilize Central American governments for so many years. So it's like we like
Sabotage
made them poor, and then like the corporations like took a bunch of land and then monocropped it, and then all the bananas died, and then people are.
Dating back to slavery too, when the Spanish came by and enslaved all the natives. You know?
Right. Back in the day, you kill them and they're dying from disease, but nowadays it's like modern slavery, right?
This is your job, but not enough to get by.
A lot of people in Central America and South America, their dream is to come to America because of media and because of their family. You know, like even if you work in minimum wage, their minimum wage is like $200 per month, whereas like here it can be $2,000.
And our economy depends on it.
Really?
Absolutely.
How come?
1,000%.
So many of the blue collar jobs immigrants do.
Mm-hmm. And our population's declining.
Population is
Like,
declining.
it has the lowest birth rate than there has
As a
been.
lower birth rate, it's not declining.
It's like close to declining though. It's not growing very fast.
Birth rates are lower across the board, especially with white people. A lot of the immigrants are having more kids.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's something that people are worried about because they're like, there's going to be so many old people, and who's going to take care of them, you know?
But there are a lot of low-wage jobs that immigrants do. Working at meatpacking plants, working in agriculture. People are constantly complaining about not being able to hire people.
So you maintain the lower price because of the immigrants. It's a great bait that if they can work for like 2 or 3 years and then they can get a residency. It's a nice selling, nice market, you know?
Yeah.
And Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, all those places have really rough economies. So it is better to be in a place like here. Even though it has its own problems, it's still better. It's just kind of sad. There's not a lot of options if you're born into Central America.
And I think a lot of the people who are trying to come here, it's not just wanting something better, it's like literally being threatened with death. There's a lot of being like, I can't go home. I have no home to go to. I will be killed.
I mean,
Same thing, refugees in Europe too. Like, why can't they just stay home? Why do they have to like come take all of our like our better life? Why
Because
be-
you fucked it up.
yeah, yeah. Well, don't like risk their lives to like get on a shitty raft unless it's like that bad. Like, can you imagine how bad life would have to be? Completely leave your family and your home and everything you've ever known and go someplace where you don't speak the language and you're gonna get treated like shit. Like,
Totally.
It's interesting how you guys' economy are depending on the immigrants. Because in my mind, people think that U.S. hate immigrants.
That's
They
such
do.
I mean, they don't.
Not entirely,
That's,
yeah.
that's actually, I feel like that's not very fair to the U.S. There's a big dispute between Mexico, specifically in the U.S., so it gets amplified. But if you actually look at the numbers statistically, the U.S. takes in as many immigrants as any country in the world. Actually, I think more.
Okay.
So it's like, I feel like it's a little bit unfair to say
and the
US
U.S.
doesn't make-
definitely the economy depends on immigration. That's not to say that there's not racism.
Okay.
Right.
Because there very, very, very
Yeah.
much is.
Definitely. Yeah, there's xenophobic
So-
people for sure,
Yeah.
of course. And,
And people who are like, they're taking our jobs, even though those jobs are like things that,
You're never gonna work in
yeah,
the job.
people don't want to do, you know.
I think there are two definitions of racism. Like the narrow one is that if you're a cop and if you kill black guy just because they're black, that's a hardcore racism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
They should not exist in our society.
Yeah.
But also, some people prefer you just because you're white. That's a little bit weird.
That's also
it's
racist.
still a kind of racist.
Yeah, but you'd not go them and hey, why do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
going to be like,
Well,
you're
see,
racist. I like
yeah.
I wonder. Historically, so ingrained in the like biological code of like the other is like fear or something. Like if that's something that.
Well, a lot of culture have a similarity of prefer more white.
But I wonder why.
Yeah.
Why?
It's because if you're more white,
Yeah.
if your skin color is more white,
Yeah.
that means you're not necessarily the labor worker.
Oh.
You're more like sitting on a
higher
shade.
caste.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
you do this.
Interesting.
Whereas, yeah, if you're under the sun, you're gonna be more
Yeah.
white.
Oh, interesting.
And that change in United States because people start to have go to vacation.
Yeah.
And if you're poor, you're working, but not working outside. Most people working inside, like McDonald's or Walmart, get a minimum wage. But if you're rich, then you can go to vacation, go to Cancun or Miami,
Yeah.
and then you get more tan. So that was interesting shift that for the first time.
Now
people-
it's like in the U.S. it's like you're better looking if you're tan.
Mhm.
Black, like if you're darker than tan, then it's not good.
It only applies to white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So weird.
Yeah. But isn't it interesting? The ancient Egypt, there definitely some time that people prefer more chubby or fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different features. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. You see the old paintings of like fat ladies.
Right, like
They're like
pre-
so
prehistory.
beautiful. You know, that was like the best. And I think that's a wealth thing, because
Okay.
you know they had more money, so they ate more food.
Right.
And they didn't work as hard, so they weren't burning calories.
Mhm.
So I think it's like a status thing. Like, this is a wealthy woman. you know?
Right. But now it's changing because poor people are more fat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, that's true.
So people look up more like skinny or like fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And even in the last, like in our lifetime, it's changed. I feel like in the 90s, if you were a woman, everyone wanted to be really thin.
Mhm.
Like as thin as they could be,
Right.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's more athletic. Now everybody wants to be strong.
People want to have an ass. People want to
Yeah.
have a boob.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
want to go to gym.
It's a different aesthetic now, just since the last 20 years.
It's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think it's just like perfection. Like this, everyone wants to be like perfect, athletic, healthy. Health is a big thing. You know, everyone wants to be healthy.
And also because of Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Is,
And TikTok now.
Well, we're adults, so we don't necessarily have to look up those people. But if you're teenagers,
Mhm.
imagine if you're kids,
Yeah,
all you saw Instagram is like perfect body.
and you're like, man, like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, all those photos are Photoshop.
Yeah, yeah,
So weird.
yeah.
You know, these international celebrities or these Instagram TikTok stars, they're universal. If you're a TikTok star in US, you're also famous in South Korea.
Right.
Huh.
So because of technology, global world will have the same features of perfection.
Yeah, I think that has happened in the internet age in general.
Mhm.
Technology of Western culture has made it to other places.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's kind of a weird thing too.
Really?
Don't worry about the dish.
Okay.
I got this.
Okay, great.
Yeah, go to
Thank
Belgium.
you.
Yeah. You have no idea how hospitable you guys are. And I really wish you guys come to South Korea later.
Yeah, I would love it, especially if we could figure out how to play shows. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun to have an international tour.
Yeah, it'd be really
And,
fun.
yeah, I mean, I came here 4 years after I promised to Greg. I mean, even if I got married and have a family, like, it'll be so fun to have
Send you an
guys.
email and be like, hey.
Absolutely, yeah, anytime, man. After 10 years, you know, like 20 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, you're gonna love South Korea, man. Food, mountains.
I've heard it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've heard
Uh-huh.
good things about it.
Yeah.
It's like one of those places that it's not the most popular place to travel from the U.S.,
Mm-hmm.
but because of that,
Mm-hmm.
it's better in a way because I don't know, like everybody in the U.S. wants to go to Thailand or like Japan
Yeah.
or like India or
Uh-huh.
something,
Uh-huh.
but not very many people are like, I want to go to Korea. But from what I've heard of the people who've gone there, they're like, it's better. It's not as touristy.
People are not used to.
Yeah.
So if you walk down the street on a rural part of Korea, people ask you, not in the bad way, but
Yeah, just like,
yeah,
how'd you get here?
yeah, but in Korean.
Yeah, you're just like,
yeah. So you better learn some phrases.
just a little bit. Yeah. I'd like to see some of the countryside too,
Uh-huh.
some of the mountains and stuff.
It's even better.
Yeah.
Some people prefer city, but definitely the beauty of South Korea is rural part.
Yeah. If I went to, I'd want to see some Korean baseball. Because I like baseball.
Oh yeah.
And I know that Korea is a pretty big baseball country.
Baseball is the biggest sport in South Korea. Yeah, it's huge.
There was a guy from there who went on my favorite team in the U.S.,
Which team is it?
the Minnesota Twins.
Minnesota.
Byung-ho Park.
Oh.
This is like maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I can't remember. Kang. It was his last name. He was good. He was on the Pirates.
Kang Jong-ho.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
It'll be fun to visit South Korea.
That'd be really awesome.
Right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Don't worry
Yeah.
about the dish. I got this.
Well, I'll take some.
Thanks, man.
Play me something for it to play along to.
Okay, okay.
You can hit any note if you can hear it.
It's awesome. C, G,
Yeah.
A minor, C, he was the greatest folk singer
Okay.
in Korea.
Nice.
So this song is about she never cried. She always smiled, but first time she cried, she left me. So
Oh.
I never saw her again.
Oh man.
5, 6, 7, 8. 그녀의 웃는 모습은 활짝 핀 목련꽃 같아. 그녀만 바라보면 언제나 따뜻한 봄날이었네. 그녀가 저물던 날 너무 깜짝 놀랐네. 그녀의 고운 얼굴 가득히 눈물로 얼룩이 졌네. It's like a single because so comfortable. Your bus was amazing. You cook for me. We play music together, and it's been really blessed to stay here.
Oh yeah, it's a great job.
I want to give you some kind of gift.
Oh really?
This is the yellow.
I love yellow. You know what? I like green one more.
Okay.
I insist you guys to come down to South Korea
I would
one
love
day.
to.
When they just
Someday.
send you
I'm gonna keep traveling, you know.
Right, man. Yeah, it was nice
Yeah.
to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
you guys.
you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good
Bye.
Travels.
Yeah, man. Bye, guys. 그녀가 처음으로 울던 날 내 곁을 떠나갔다네.